Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind, Historical Events of 24th June or Journey Through Time of 24th June 2025, Tuesday. Today's 24th June highlight in history. 1604. Samuel de Champlain encounters the mouth of St. John River, site of Reversing Falls and the present-day city of St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. 1622 Battle of Macau. The Dutch make a failed attempt to capture Macau. 1663 The Spanish garrison of Evora capitulates following the Portuguese victory at the Battle of Amixial. 1717 The Premier Grand Lodge of England is founded in London, the first Masonic Grand Lodge in the world, now the United Grand Lodge of England. 1724 On the feast of Saint John the Baptist, Bach leads the first performance of his Christ under Unser Her zum Jordan Camp BWV 7, the third cantata of his chorale cantata cycle. 1762 Battle of Wilhelmsthal. The British Hanoverian army of Ferdinand of Brunswick defeats French forces in Westphalia. 1779 American Revolutionary War. The Great Siege of Gibraltar begins. 1793 The first Republican constitution in France is adopted. 1812 Napoleonic Wars. Napoleon's Grand Army crosses the Niemen River, beginning the invasion of Russia. 1813 Battle of Beaver Dams. A British and Indian combined force defeats the United States Army. 1821 Battle of Carabobo. Decisive battle in the War of Independence of Venezuela from Spain. 1859 Battle of Solferino. Battle of the Three Sovereigns. Sardinia and France defeat Austria in Solferino, northern Italy. 1866 Battle of Custoza. An Austrian army defeats the Italian army during the Austro-Prussian War. 1880 First performance of O Canada at the Congrès National des Canadiens Français. The song would later become the national anthem of Canada. 1894 Assassination of the French president Sadi Carnot by Saint Caserio during the Ere des Attentats 1892 to 1894. 1913 Greece and Serbia annul their alliance with Bulgaria. 1916 Mary Pickford becomes the first female film star to sign a $1 million contract. 1918 First airmail service in Canada from Montreal to Toronto. 1922 The American Professional Football Association is renamed the National Football League. 1932 A bloodless revolution instigated by the People's Party ends the absolute power of King Prajadipok of Siam, now Thailand. 1938 Pieces of meteorite land near Chicora, Pennsylvania. The meteorite is estimated to have weighed 450 metric tons when it hit the Earth's atmosphere and exploded. 1939 Siam is renamed Thailand by Plaek Phibunsongkhram, the country's third prime minister. 1940 World War II Operation Collar, the first British commando raid on occupied France by NO-11 Independent Company. 1943 US military police attempt to arrest a black soldier in Bamber Bridge, England, sparking the Battle of Bamber Bridge mutiny that leaves 1 dead and 7 wounded. 1945 The first Victory Day parade takes place on Red Square in Moscow, Soviet Union, symbolizing the victory of the Soviet Union over Nazi Germany. 1947, Kenneth Arnold makes the first widely reported UFO sighting near Mount Rainier, Washington. 1948, Cold War. Start of the Berlin blockade. The Soviet Union makes overland travel between West Germany and West Berlin impossible. 1949, the first television western, Hopalong Cassidy, starring William Boyd, is aired on NBC. 1950, Apartheid. In South Africa, the Group Areas Act is passed, formally segregating races. 1954, First Indochina War. Battle of Mang Yang Pass. Viet Minh troops belonging to the 803rd Regiment ambushed GM 100 of France in An Khe. 1957, in Rudd v. United States, the U.S. Supreme Court rules that obscenity is not protected by the First Amendment. 1960, Venezuelan President Romulo Betancourt is injured in an assassination attempt. 1963, the United Kingdom grants Zanzibar internal self-government. 1973, the upstairs lounge arson attack takes place at a gay bar located on the second floor of the three-story building at 141 Chartres Street in the French Quarter of New Orleans, Louisiana, US. 32 people die as a result of fire or smoke inhalation. 1975, Eastern Airlines Flight 66 encounters severe wind shear and crashes on final approach to New York's JFK Airport, killing 113 of the 124 passengers on board, making it to the deadliest US plane crash at the time. This accident led to decades of research into downburst and microburst phenomena and their effects on aircraft. 1981, the Humber Bridge opens to traffic connecting Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. It remains the world's longest bridge span for 17 years. 1982, the Jakarta incident. British Airways Flight 009 flies into a cloud of volcanic ash thrown up by the eruption of Mount Galunggung, resulting in the failure of all four engines. 1989, Jiang Zemin succeeds Zhao Ziyan to become the General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party after the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests and massacre. 1994, a Boeing B-52 Stratofortress crashes at Fairchild Air Force Base near Spokane, Washington, killing four. 1995, Rugby World Cup. South Africa defeats New Zealand and Nelson Mandela presents Francois Pienaar with the Webb Ellis Cup in an iconic post-apartheid moment. 2002, the Igando train disaster in Tanzania kills 281, the worst train accident in African history. 2004, in New York, capital punishment is declared unconstitutional. 2010, Wimbledon, John Isner of the United States defeats Nicolas Mahut of France in the longest match in professional tennis history. 2010, Julia Gillard assumes office as the first female Prime Minister of Australia. 2012, death of Lonesome George, the last known individual of Chelonoidis nigra abingdoni, a subspecies of the Galapagos tortoise. 2013, former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi is found guilty of abusing his power and engaging in sex with an underage prostitute and is sentenced to 7 years in prison. 2021, the Champlain Towers South condominium is in Surfside, Florida suffers a sudden partial collapse, killing 98 people inside. 2022, in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization, the U.S. Supreme Court rules that the U.S. Constitution does not assign the authority to regulate abortions to the federal government, thereby returning such authority to the individual states. Thus overturns the prior decisions in Roe v. Wade in 1973 and Planned Parenthood v. Casey in 1992. 2023, the Wagner Group, led by Yevgeny Prigozhin, launches an insurrection against the Russian government. Your daily dose of wisdom ends here, but the journey never stops. Thank you very much for your patience. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel.